this is Futaba Sakura, and you're listening to the Mayonaka Network.
Welcome to Mayonaka Network Podcast, guys. This is our 3rd anniversary extravaganza. So I'm Blake, and here, as always, are Josh, Michael, a.k.a. Hero, Mike, a.k.a. Skull, and, of course, welcome to all of our new folks. We know you're here because we have a very special guest with us tonight, and that is, of course, the voice of Futaba. We have Erica Lindbeck on, everybody. So, yay.
Here comes the book.
Woo! Nice.
You did it. I did fine.
Everyone's cool.
Everybody's applauding. She did it.
Yeah, she did the thing. Now they're all going crazy. I'm melting. Nice.
Nari.
Let's see. Okay, so we have a lot of questions that we have, and then obviously throughout the course of the last couple of days, you guys have been posting your own questions in Lindbeck Lounge, our nice little fancy area that was set up just for questions. Yeah, especially made just for this occasion. We, as we mentioned, I think earlier in the week, as a ping in general chat, we're not allowed to get into spoiler territory with P5. We had to submit our questions beforehand for approval. So if you want to ask a question about Persona 5, put it in the Lindbeck Lounge, but beware it has to be spoiler-free. So just keep that in mind. There are several questions, so we're going to try and go through them as quickly as possible. But again, obviously, Erica, thanks so much for joining us on this Thursday night. It's really great to have you here. This was something that we really were hoping we could do, but it's really cool to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Sweet. Okay. So we didn't actually work out an order of questions because we've been so busy doing everything else with the logistics of this. So how about I start, and then Josh will go to you, then we'll go to Michael, then we'll go to Mike. And then we'll just keep going in a circular fashion. That work, guys?
Hey, sounds good.
Gnarly. We'll go around the table. Okay. First question. These are just general questions. So when you're working on a dub, have you ever watched the Japanese broadcast to see how your counterparts perform the characters, or is that more just you're in the booth and the director gives you the way to go? Stuff like that.
With anime... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm staring at all the art everyone's posting. With anime, you are literally dubbing to picture. So you're dubbing to something that's already there. As information, I generally only need to know anything to the extent that it affects my character. So, like for your lie in April, for example, no spoilers, but like I need to know like what's going on with her before the audience knows what's going on with her. I don't necessarily need to know how it ends. I need to know everything about the character to the extent that it affects the character's psychology. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But with anime, it's very different because I mean. Well, with Fate Apocrypha, for example, we were dubbing it as it was coming out in Japan. So I couldn't watch it in advance. Like, it literally wasn't available anywhere. For some things, you know, I'll book it and they'll be like, oh, it's all available on Crunchyroll, blah, blah, blah. With video games, we know basically nothing. I mean, for P5 and I think also Fire Emblem, like I did VO for stuff that never actually got into the game because in Japan they were still trying to figure out and they were like, okay, well, we have the Japanese voice actress did this, so we're gonna have you do it too and just see if it works, blah blah blah. So yeah, with video games, you don't it's not quite as precise as with the dub what's already there. Whereas with video games, you know, you might need to line wise, you might need to be like within 0.25 seconds of the Japanese line, but generally you have a lot more freedom.
Cool. And I will just say for the record, everyone else in the group knows this Your Lie in April is my favorite story of all time ever.
Oh,
so I loved that anime. I found that on Thanksgiving morning a few years ago and like binged it. There were like 8 episodes out. I binged the 8 that were out. And then when I heard that it was being dubbed, I was really excited because I love classical music and Chopin is my favorite composer. And obviously that's very prevalent in his pieces. And Ballad Number 1 is my favorite one. So I was really happy that they included Ballad 1 in G minor. But because I'm a nerd. But and I thought you did very well in that. And because I thought Risa Teneda did phenomenal. And I thought you did really well too. So thank you for doing that character because that was one of my favorite ones.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay. Oh, it's my turn. All right. Ooh. Okay. So, I know we've had a prior discussion about this, because it's got to do with roles and stuff. But what kind of roles do you enjoy performing the most?
Anything that allows me to really play or like dig in psychologically. Those are parts that I like to play. I like playing, honestly, if it's a good, like, sometimes I like, sometimes you'll go in for a game or an anime and they'll be like, okay, we have 5 characters for you to do. They each have 2 lines. Like, even that is really fun for me, actually. So I guess I take it back. It doesn't have to be like a super, well, I like creating fleshed out characters, even if they only have a line. So, yeah, I like all parts. I don't think I have a specific category of that I'm playing more than another. It really all depends.
Okay, I believe it goes on to me now. Let's see. Which role that you've played hit the most close to home for you?
Oh my gosh. Weirdly, okay. I do in the Anohana dub, which was really difficult for me. Weird. Okay. Yeah, I put Your Lie in April and Anohana were all directed and written by Patrick Seitz, and they're done by Aniplex, and I think those dubs that's definitely some of my best dub work. Characters that I connected with on like a weird, crazy level. Mordred from Fate Apocrypha. I know that sounds crazy, but I really lost it with her. I just was like, I felt like, I don't know, man. I just felt like she was so much me as a person. Like, I just was like, you get me. Like, you understand me. Really big Fate fan, and I didn't think I'd get a shot at I don't know. I had no idea that I would be cast as like basically the perfect Fate character for me as a person. But Your Lie in April, like, I still cry about it, like talking about it.
Me too.
About it because I have all these people. It's nice because people really watched the dub and they really, really enjoyed it. I think it's a great example of what happens when you dub something really well.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my cat. Kika, stop it. Kika.
Hi, cat. Hello.
She just posted something that's pretty relevant.
Wow.
Everybody,
that's relevant.
Time to
That's
start
really
spamming Morgana.
Okay, I'm back. Because she likes to sleep on my PS4, and I'm like, get out of there.
That's got precious cargo inside it right now.
It really does. What was the question? I forgot. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, which one? I'd say even Futaba, like, this stuff. I don't want to spoil anything, but a lot of this stuff also hit me really hard. I mean, that kind of stuff, you just make it real for you. You make it real in the context of your life to create as real of a performance as you can possibly have. So a lot of them, I would say, hit me really close to home. But Mordred, I was like, she's like my if Patrick Seitz and he voices Kyrie, if we entered the Grail War, nothing would change. Like, we are the same.
Yeah, well, thank you. I guess we'll move on to the next question now.
I'm up next. Are there any specific roles that you would love to reprise?
Oh, Futaba. Futaba. To do the anime and dancing. It's Dancing Star Night, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yes, Stars for Persona 5.
Of course. Yeah, I'd love to reprise her for anything. I love reprising. I would love to reprise Mordred, man. Oh, I love that girl so much. And then also, who else? Celica, obviously. I've been lucky enough to reprise Celica quite a few times, though. I was in like 3 games as her in 1 year. So I got, Magilu from Tales of Berseria. I had such a fun time, and I would love to, but I don't know if I see that happening. But she was such a good character.
Cool. So, which role to date would you say you feel has been your biggest challenge?
Honestly, I don't want to be pandering, but, well, no. There were a few. Cowrie was really hard for me to do. Close to home. I remember, on the down low, I ended up, on the floor crying during, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Anohana, but I really just lost it because it felt too real for me. I was really nervous about her because I didn't have, when I got Futaba, she hadn't even been announced in Japan. The only characters that had been announced were the mains, like Morgana and Protagonist and Ryuji and On. So I didn't know a lot, and I saw this little hacker chick, with her glasses, and I was like, are you sure you booked the right person for this? Like, are you sure you want me for this? But my first job with Atlas was Shin Megami Tensei as Asahi, and that's actually how I booked Futaba. Is they actually heard a couple of the people really went to bat for me there. One of the girls, her name was Mai, and she said, "I heard what I wanted from Futaba in your Asahi, in certain parts. Like I heard you, and I heard Futaba." And I was like, wow, crazy. And then I found out, she's got one of the best character arcs in the game, I would argue. And I was just like, felt like it was such an honor because she's not an easy character. Futaba's definitely not an easy character, especially to keep very grounded. And so I felt really lucky that Atlas was like, here you go. Here's this great gift of this deep, awesome character who's also a meme lord, of course, but she's also got a lot of, so yeah.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, so like, what helps you get into character?
As many times, but for Futaba, I would, especially for her nav parts, I would hunch over and I would pretend that I was typing and I'd always, to get in the character, I'd go, mom, she, like over and over again. That's how I got back into voice for her every time. And people looked at me like I was a crazy person. So, but it just depends. Like with Mordred, I'll go, yeah, dude, or something like that. You just go, yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. They're different, different things. Oh, and then I think for Pouty, I would be like, you'll have me this time. Or, I don't know, stuff like that. Just, and then for Celica, I'd go, may Milla protect you.
Aww.
Oh, that's good.
That's the line.
Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. So let's see. Who would you say are some of your favorite people you've worked with?
I love working with, I don't think I can even think of somebody that I don't enjoy working with. As far as anime, I love working with Patrick Seitz. I think he's just a genius. I love his writing, and I love his directing style. Also, obviously, I loved working on Persona with Valerie Aram over at PCB and the guys from Atlas. Keeping pretty much to anime. And JRPGs, but she directed me in Fire Emblem, Shadows of Valentia, and also Tales of Berseria. That was over at Cup of Tea Studios. I love working with Aniplex. I think they're just a great company. They did Your Lie in April and Anohana. So yeah, he's so cute. I love cats. I think I have 13 cats. I only have 2, but I love them, and they're so sweet. You are so cute. Yeah, I love working with everyone. Everyone in this industry is really cool for the most part. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Is there anyone specifically you'd love to work with that you haven't worked with already?
Work with BioWare. I've never worked with BioWare before. And then I also really would love to work with Lucasfilms, like on a Star Wars game or animation or something. Cool. And Riot, oh my gosh, voicing a League champ was super cool. Yeah. For 2 League champs actually now, but
Yeah, EA's putting out a ton of Star Wars games in the near future, so you never know.
I can break into their headquarters and be like, please hire me, bye.
Just use your hacking ability to to change their information and just be like, go in and make yourself the voice of every single character until they hire you.
Only do my Futaba voice.
Yeah, exactly.
None of the other voice. Every character.
Of course.
Absolutely work well in Star Wars.
It'd just be like those bits in the old Fallout games where the extras start talking to each other, and it'd be a character voiced by Yuri Lowenthal talking to a character voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, and you're just standing there looking at literally the center of the universe, just waiting on it all to implode.
Yeah, okay, exactly.
So what do you think is the biggest advantage to voiceover acting as opposed to like live action work?
Well, you get to voice characters that you would never be able to play otherwise, which I think is cool. Like, I get to voice just so many different characters. I'm not limited by what I look like, which is really, really nice. So yeah, that's definitely the number one for me.
Oh, it's me. Right. Okay, so we're going into we're going into con territory here, and so like, what has been your favorite convention experience as a guest?
Loved a lot of the conventions that I've done, but I think one of my favorites was SakuraCon. Battle. I had a wonderful time. Also, I never get to see. I don't know if any of you know who Chris Sabat is, but he's like
Vegeta.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite people, and I actually got to hang out with him a lot while I was there, and because we never get to see each other because we live in different states and we're always so busy and stuff. So there are a lot of people who I only get to hang out with at cons, and so I end up spending like the whole time with them. I'm like, oh please, because I never get to see you and be my friend. So yeah, I got to see him, which was fun. Also, just I love downtown Seattle because I'm an edgelord and I just love like no sun.
Okay, let's see. All right. Which voice actor has inspired you to surpass yourself, or has like inspired you in your work?
So many. I really love Laura Bailey's work. I really love Gray Griffin, or who previously Gray Delisle, if you know her by that name. Like Kari Wahlgren, Tara Strong. Like there are so many that I listen to and watch and all that. So yeah, there's a bunch.
Greg Griffin follows me on Twitter, and I consider that to be a personal achievement.
Oh my, she's super cool. I was on Avengers Assemble as Jane Foster for a season, or the season that's airing right now, and I got to work with her. She's great.
Oh, cool.
What inspired you to pursue voice acting?
I want to say I fell into it because I really didn't. I did pursue it, but in a way I kind of did because I majored in theater at UCLA. And my senior year, or actually, I think it was my junior, maybe it was my junior year. But so this is the backstory. This might take a minute, so batten down the hatches, everyone. I initially, I was majoring in theater at UCLA, but I was a huge anime fan. My favorite anime of all time is Hellsing. I found out, I think it was either my sophomore or my junior year of college, that Crispin Freeman was teaching classes. And he voices Alucard. And I was like, ooh, I want to go take a class. I don't even think I was thinking about voiceover. It was more just like, I want to meet Crispin Freeman because he's really cool. Oh my gosh, that picture. The pictures are killing me, you guys.
Guys, no, you're distracting her.
Futaba picture.
So dapper. But yeah, anyway. I just finished Futaba's Palace, so I'm feeling very sentimental.
Oh.
But okay, so I went and took class with him. Like, he teaches a bunch of different classes. I recommend taking his class if you're here in LA. He's really, really cool, and he was wonderful. So I took classes with him, and we practiced dubbing, and I was like really bad at it, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But it wasn't really on my radar that like I could do something like that for a job. After college, I decided that I was pursuing on camera. That was very much of my training was on camera, and was for like theater. And so I decided to try to do VO as well because I didn't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I ended up getting really lucky, and the guy who made my demo reels, which demo reels are essentially the headshot of voiceover, he made me a commercial reel and an animation reel. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start, submitting for agents. I was putting together my packets to submit to camera agents, and I was like, why don't I submit to some voiceover agents? He offered to walk me in to a voiceover agency, which happened to be like one of the top agencies bi-coastally. And they were like, we'll give you 6 months. We'll probably drop you, but we'll let you know what you need to work on. It'll be a good experience for you. Anything for 8 months. And then within like a week, I booked like an infomercial and 2 games. And then a month later, I booked the voice of Barbie. Actually, before that, to be fair, about 4 months before the 8 months, this is very confusing. I took a class at Bang Zoom, and they kind of picked me up from there and started putting me in anime stuff. That actually wasn't through my agent. This is probably really confusing for somebody who doesn't know like the world of acting or voiceover. But I was working on anime, and then a few months later I started booking like a couple big games and like Barbie and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of how it happened. And then I just kept working. I was really lucky. My situation's a little bit anomalous. Like my first role in anything was a lead. I didn't like that was my first ever role was a lead in an anime series. That usually doesn't happen. I just got really, really lucky to be doing. I've basically been doing it full time since I started. So yeah.
What a backstory.
Sorry, I'm not good at describing things because I'm staring at all this freaking art.
These guys have no chill.
Supportive in their own way.
No, but that's really cool. The way that all works. Like,
Yeah.
I mentioned in terms of just how lucky it gets. Like, I came into radio, which is what I do. When I was a sophomore in high school, they got me to do play-by-play commentary for a football game, and just because I'm a huge football fan. But I just decided that I wanted to have fun, and so like when I was doing the commentary, it was a lot of kind of first down, 10 ball, 37-yard line, quarterback in the gun, and then after that they were like, will you do the starting lineups for the football team and the basketball team? And then my mom's company needed someone to voice a radio ad, and so it just kind of like
You have a great voice for it. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah. I did one trailer for Guerrilla Games, and I forget what it was, but I got to be a sports announcer, and it's like my favorite thing I've ever done. I did it over at Sony. I forget what it was called. Oh, I forget what it's called, but yeah, it just was so much fun. I got to be like, blankety blank, just managing to hang in there. Like, it was just, so fun.
Yes, we did this. There was this charity football game tournament that my high school used to do, where it was a Powerpuff football thing, and there was a penalty for a block in the back, and I said, looks like it's a bad manicure there on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's going to set them back pretty bad here. And so just, I love getting to do stuff like that. But anyway, next question. So, this is sort of in that vein of how to break into that stuff. Do you have any advice for anyone that's looking to break into voiceover?
Yeah, get acting training. People ask me sometimes, was anyone like, you have such a unique voice. Like, nobody ever did that. I actually have a pretty basic voice. It's very, it's very, very normal. I'm not normal. What is normal? But I can throw it pretty well. Like, I can I'm pretty versatile. Never the case. I just was kind of like, I was watching Naruto and I was like, how does Miley Flanagan do his voice? How does Sakura do her voice? How does, that's kind of how I started playing with stuff and going, oh, okay, I see how this works. Also, I sing. So that was another thing that really helped me out. But I would say I'd say first and foremost, become a good actor. That will get you way more work. Most of the jobs I book are in my natural voice. So yeah, acting. It is voice acting. Talia, the league champs, I sing her login theme. If any of you are league fans, it's really pretty. It's just vocalizing, but yeah. Songs too. They're not out yet, but like for animes, I've dubbed a few. It's fun, very fun.
Okay, you were mentioning before, because unknown to everyone, we were all just shooting the shit, just talking. But you were saying that for your role as Futaba and stuff, like you really didn't record in the same room as others. But how is teamwork important between voice actors working on the same video game, and how does creating a certain kind of relationship with them? You were saying that you guys are friends. Like, how can that have an impact on the recording?
It doesn't really have, I gotta be honest, it doesn't really have an impact on the record. Hold on one sec, sorry, my friend's coming in. It doesn't really have an impact on the record, but I feel like, I think like just the hype, like everyone being into the thing and being friends. Hold on one sec. Oh, hi, Steven. Oh my God, my friend Steven's here. It's just an audio recording, so it's fine. But anyway.
Hi, Steven.
Hi, Steven.
Hello.
Oh my God, I love you so much. Sorry, my apartment's a mess. I'm really sorry. I love you. Just hang out. I know it's dark in here. I'm a vampire. Okay, anyway, I'm going to keep going with this.
Play with the cats so they don't destroy the PlayStation.
I know, isn't she so cute? Okay, I'm going to keep on going with this interview now. Wait, can you repeat the question one more time? Oh, no, I remember what it was. Okay, so basically, it doesn't affect the record, but it can affect after the record. Like, for example, Fate Apocrypha. Oh my God, that Igor on mashup is really scaring me. No, thank you. Forever. Goodbye.
Hang on, I got it.
I was thinking, for example, like all of us who were Apocrypha, we are doing like a live tweet tomorrow night. Like 5 or 6 of us are going to do a live tweet of the last 7 episodes. We're all just like really passionate about it, and we all really love each other, and we were just like, let's get together and celebrate this thing. And I feel like a lot of the cast of P5 was like that. Like we were all just so excited to be in it. Like Kyle McCarley and I were all in Celica and Fire Emblem and did some live streams and stuff. I just think it helps, like, with the advent of social media, it stands to reason that, like, you know, being passionate and sort of promoting on social media would help, you know, these titles. And really the fans, I mean, I'd be stupid to think that the fans don't love us, you know, being passionate about these things. Like, you know, it seems like people really love my my live, or not my, well, it's not really live tweeting, but, you know, when I'm tweeting about my P5 playthrough. Wow, my P5 playthrough. Yeah.
Tongue twister.
Yeah. Live tweeting, I know, it's not really a thing, but we're like, you know.
You could just prairie scope it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Have you ever auditioned for a role that you never thought you would get, but you ended up getting it?
Yes, Magilu in Tales of Berseria. Oh my gosh, I did not want to audition for her. I was like, she looks so annoying. I don't want to do it. I was auditioning for like Velvet and Eleanor, and I was like, okay, cool. These are like more like the characters that I would book. And I was like, can I just skip this one? What's her name? Magilu? Like, I don't know. And the woman who was running the audition session, she was like, can you just do it, Erica? Can you just audition? And I was like, fine. I ended up booking it, and I think she turned out really well. So it was a good experience. I also was like, I think they got the wrong person for Futaba. I was really scared when I first started. I knew Persona and I knew the fandom, and I was like, oh no, like, this is going to be bad if it doesn't turn out well, you know? The first couple sessions of a big game like that are kind of the do I get to keep my job sessions, and but it ended up working out. I feel like my career has been who believed in me more than I believed in myself, which has been amazing. It's really wonderful to have supportive people like that in your life.
Yeah, that really is wonderful.
I'm about to ask a question that's kind of the opposite. Have you ever used your voice talents as a way to prank others in real life?
Wait, sorry. No, I don't do like weird. No, I don't. If I was like an Overwatch character, yes, I would do that. But I know I haven't. Oh wait, you said real life, not even in games. Person that does a ton of like voices outside of the realm that is appropriate to do voices in.
Yeah, fair enough. I figured I should ask.
When it comes to, okay, I've done it at conventions before. Futaba cosplayers. Like I'll go up and be like, "Here come the buffs!" Or like, "Keep on your toes, Joker!" Or whatever. Like I'll yell that at people. That was me.
Just startle the life out of them.
Totally, yeah. That's kind of the extent.
Or they walk up and they're like, wow, you have a great Futaba impression.
Or you know, for Barbie. Hi, I'm Barbie. It's so nice to meet you. I'm a little sick, but that kind of stuff. Like they'll be like, you don't do it, do the voice, and I'll do it, and I'll be like, oh my god, holy crap. I'll be like, oh, I'm Talia in League of Legends. Oh, you main Talia? That's cool. And I'm like, no, I do the thing. And yeah.
Well, cool. So, if you could change one thing about the voiceover industry, what would it be?
I had an answer for this one earlier today, and I've forgotten it. If I could change one thing about the voiceover industry, more roles for everyone. So everyone was working all the time.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now we're getting into, I would say,
Yeah, we can get Persona stuff.
yeah. So I guess a lot of people were waiting for this. All right. Starting us off is question 1 for Persona 5. How has a massively successful game like Persona 5 and people's reaction to it have an impact on your life as a voice actor?
Okay. Persona 5 has definitely had the biggest impact on I would probably say up to this point, my career for sure. It was like booking Persona 5 was a coup for me, for sure. I mean, it was, first of all, amazing work with a really great company, but also it expanded my reach so much. Also, it allowed me to discover an amazing community of people, like you, basically all of you guys who, you know,
Aww.
I'm, you know, putting out all this together, and yeah, it's been incredible. It's been incredible. I could never never even known. Like, I didn't even know who Futaba was. They were like, yeah, she's like Nav. She's kind of like the Risei of this game, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she turned out to be one of the most popular characters in the game, which I could never have predicted. And also, people really like. I've gotten so much love. You're always scared when that comes out, and you know you're scared people are going to be like, "No, bye." And the stakes were really high for something like Persona, where people they do turn on the English audio. You know, there are some games where people expect the dub to be good. They expect it to be high quality, and you know, so yeah, it was scary, but
Okay. What kind of experience has voicing Futaba brought you that other roles didn't?
oh my gosh, she's one of the most unique characters I've ever voiced. I don't even know if I could put into words like. I think it proved to me that I can do things that I didn't think I could myself and what I thought I could do. But I think that kind of covers it. Like, she's just a fantastic character. I feel also like, I don't know. Well, now I'm just extrapolating, but like her character arc is so, yeah, she's just a great character. She's such a unique character. I don't think I'll ever voice a character that's.
So, who's next? Isn't that?
I'd be the next one. Who would you like to see Futaba interact with more in future Persona 5 titles?
Well, I haven't, to be fair, I haven't finished the game. I'm like 60 hours in. Or interact with more. Huh. I want her and EY to just be best friends.
That'd be interesting.
She kind of got Sojiro. I want the adventures of Futaba and Sojiro. That's all I want.
I think
Be a
that
cool mini series.
that's adorable, is what that
I'd
is.
watch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
So here's a question that I think we all probably know the answer to. With the forthcoming Persona 5 anime, are you hopeful and excited at the prospect of reprising your role as Futaba?
I was gonna make it like obviasada. That's not a good joke. I'm absolutely yes. I mean, P4 got a dub. We get to dub it. Yes.
More time with
That, but I will never know.
hacker.
So. I mean, I won't. I will be the last person to know. Is what I. Persona 5. I'm sorry. I'm reading some of the comments, and I'm like, I want to respond to all of these, but you know, Persona 5 has been the best, just as far as sales go. Persona game. So, I mean, I can't imagine that they don't. Also, it seems like people, for the most part, really love the dub. I can't. Wouldn't.
Drake, I think it's you.
No, I just asked one. Dude.
Oh, it's
your
me.
turn.
Oh, I
Yeah,
Josh,
Look
dead
at
air
cool,
is never a
Joker.
good thing. You're gonna cut that. You're gonna cut that out in post, okay?
Okay. All right, so
It's okay. He gets lost sometimes.
yeah. All right. Putting Futaba aside, who would you choose as a romance option?
Wait. Oh, Tae. She is my romance option. I'm working so hard for her, you guys.
She'll make sure to pay you back for it in the end.
I've been,
And now chat goes crazy. Several people are typing. Okay, guys. Now,
I
remember.
think we've instigated a waifu war.
Yeah, remember, guys. You can love one another and have disagreements. Okay. We're not going to lose a lot of people to the waifu wars again. We can't do it.
I've been hanging out with the shogi player a little bit though. She's cool.
Yeah. You feel me?
Whom we love.
Yeah, and then I want to romance EY. Erica wants to romance EY.
I don't blame you. Not one bit.
I'm great.
Especially once you get near the end of his confidant.
Shh, no
things get
spoilers.
heated. No, that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to say exactly what.
Yuji too, but also I'm friends with Max, and Max Middleman lives 2 doors down from me.
You should call him over.
Bring him over.
Yeah.
To see if he wants to come over.
Is he there? Right? Just like drag him over right now.
Wait, actually, no. is here, but I can text him.
Chat's blowing up, asking him to come over.
Yeah.
Hold on. 1 second.
Oh my god.
Alright, that would be ridiculous.
I did not mentally prepare for this, you guys. Like, the only thing I can think of is, oh my god, Kosei and Kaori are going to be together. And, like, I can't do it. You can't do this to me.
He's allergic, guys. He's allergic to my cats, so he could literally be in here for like 2 seconds. I just texted him. He might not be home. I don't know.
That's alright. So, give him our best.
You can totally tell him about us.
Morgana hates him.
Tell him a podcast he's never heard of, loves very much.
Yeah, tell him we'll be in touch. We'll email him next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Max is a sweet boy.
Uh,
But anyway, sorry. What were we talking about?
I think we were actually...
Just romance options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
I don't want to start the Great Waifu Wars of 2018, so.
I mean,
probably for the best.
do whatever you want.
There's already Holy Grail Wars. We don't need Waifu Wars.
Oh my god.
True.
Yeah.
I think we're actually now, aren't we going to move on to the fan question?
Yeah,
Yes.
Some from the fans.
Yeah, okay. So we do have one of our mods, Jacob, has gracefully put a whole bunch of them into a doc for us. So we haven't actually done this before with fan questions, so I don't know if you have access to them, if you want to like kind of go through, if you want us to just pick some out and read them to you, or how do we...
Out. I have no problem vetoing if I want to, so.
That's right, okay. All right, so should we just read these in order, and then if she doesn't want to answer them, we'll just...
Skip over them.
Pick the good ones. Pick the cool ones.
Well, big command and choose between the cool ones. All right, let's see here. Okay, well, we actually have a comment here from Artevis, and he just wants to thank you for being the best king, in parentheses, Mordred.
Sweet. She's my bae.
So, guess if you want to, I was gonna say, if you want to gush about Mordred more, I'm sure everybody would be happy about it.
The problem is it's hard to gush about her without spoilers.
That's true.
Yes.
So yeah, I just love her, and I love her and Kyrie, and I want them to have their own spin-off.
I guess I would be up next then.
Yeah, we could just kind of jump around and see what sounds good
Yeah.
at times.
This one comes from Nucleast, and the question is, what was your funniest moment you've had while working on Persona 5?
I don't know. What was my funniest moment? Oh my gosh, having to do those freaking romance, the Valentine's Day stuff. Xander, my friend Xander, is protagonist, and I was just thinking about him the whole time, and it was really hard for me not to laugh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was
That's hilarious. Because like that's all I do occasionally. Seriously, I want that "hoo boy" thing to be like a text tone. Like
I mean,
my text tone right now is just DJ Khaled going another one, and
Yeah.
I actually had it as Catbug saying "I'm a bomb" right before I went to Las Vegas, but I thought that'd probably be bad if I was in the airport, so I changed. But yeah, Sojiro going "hoo boy" would be the best possible text tone. So, what role? This one comes from, and if I get anyone's name wrong, please don't kill me. Cricket GG7. What role were you most excited when you heard?
Wait, when I heard that I got it, or
Yeah, when you got confirmation that you had the part.
so many. I was really excited about Mordred. I'm sorry, I'm boring, but I really was, because I didn't know that the Apocrypha was out, and I was like, "Who's this?" And then I looked her up, and I was like, "Oh my god, it me!" And I started crying.
Okay, okay, this is an interesting one because it's from Nearville, and I don't think they're in the chat right now, so they'll probably get this afterwards.
A picture
Yeah.
of Gigi's. I have met this person. Look at us together forever.
So this one's of Nearville, and they are saying, what are the stupidest, catsiest, or uncatsiest mannerisms your cats have?
That my cats like have? Staring it on. That's the catsiest. It's like they're like dogs. They want to be around people all the time. One of my cats drools on me. She's so much like a dog.
Okay, let's see.
Just going through
this one, yeah, I'm just kind of scrolling through. A couple of them are pretty spoilery, so I'm trying to like jump over ones that are kind of spoilery.
There's a couple.
Okay, here's one. Let's see. Oh, actually, I think that kind of went into something you already said. Okay. We have Spoopy Bird Buddy has asked, what was your favorite part about recording and or playing Persona 5?
Getting to play through Futaba's entire story or act through her whole story, and what a sort of 180 she does as a character. Which I think is really cool. So like getting to play it. I mean, it's been, obviously I'm a little late. I'm like a year late, but it was because sounds terrible. I got sick of Overwatch. Like I've logged like 100 something hours on Overwatch, and I was like, I need to play something else. See the shining, glimmering metal case of the Persona 5 that I was gifted from Atlas, a while ago. And I was like, I should just try, whatever. And then, 85. Oh, sorry. 85 hours later.
That's totally cool. We are.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
That's cool.
Several people are typing. Look at all. Yeah, not in my good Christian server.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
I mean,
Like-
it's fine.
I'm just imagining if we had Amanda Windley on, like every second word would be the F.
No.
So, you know what? It's totally fine.
It's okay. We'll put a language warning.
Embarrassed right now. Okay. But what I was saying was like 8 hours later, I was like, oh, I'm still playing this game. It's a really good game. Okay.
Yeah, I guess mine will be next from Jamester445. What's the story about your cats falling in love with Ann?
But I don't know. That was not planned. They just, Ash, my gray cat, jumped up onto the TV when she was on it. Sat there and was pawing her face. And then when I kept going, he went away. And then my other cat, Kika, when Ann was back on the screen, she went back up and like started staring at her. It was really weird. I don't know what happened.
Just infatuated with those twin tails.
I mean, I guess that's weird. Next, this one, would Futaba and Mordred be good friends, do you think?
That's from Ark. That's from Ark.
That's from Ark. Yeah, that's Ark's question. Hey, he said, that's me.
I think yes. I think Mordred would be really cool and nice to Futaba, even if she was really nervous, and she'd protect her from everything. So, yeah.
Okay, now I'm just scrolling through all these, and then there's just more flooding in, like, oh lord. Whew, boy. Here's one from Sushi. They're saying, any and all thoughts on over-voicing Vita from Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, as well as any opinions over the game character, if you have any.
It's been a hot minute, but I had a great time voicing her. I like that she had a dual personality. I thought, well, that's kind of spoilery, but like, yeah, I like that but no trails, you already kind of know. But yeah, I mean, it was great. It's been a little while since I voiced her, but I had a really good time. Well, like at that time, it was one of the more adult characters I was voicing. I hadn't really voiced a ton of like ladies, and
They still can't get over the fact you swore.
Everyone.
I'm just noticing a lot of hex and fudges.
Yeah, heckin' bad word.
so good about not cursing. It's just my love for Persona 5, man.
It brings out. It brings it out.
passion.
I don't know how I avoid it when I'm at work. I guess it's that prospect of the $1,000 fine, thousands of dollars fine.
Oh.
I haven't done it yet. I haven't slipped up on the radio yet. Fingers crossed.
There you go. Yeah. Wait till tomorrow.
No, yeah, I'm gonna sit there all morning tomorrow. I'll be like, ugh.
Okay.
When the past lost, he didn't swear. I don't think anything's gonna make Blake swear.
We've met, right?
All right, let's see. Here we have a question from Cassidus, who asked, "What do you think would be Futaba's favorite video game?"
Probably like League or something. Maybe PUBG. I don't know.
Futaba as a PUBG streamer, that would be something.
Oh my god,
PUBG.
I really want to see that.
Well, we put the idea out there. It'll probably happen.
Yeah. All right. We know we have a lot of artists in here, actually us included, but we have a lot of artists in here. So guys, go make some Futaba PUBG fan art.
Oh no.
Art's already on.
Ox ready.
Art's ready. Yeah. No.
Yes, Arc would send me random messages just being like, "Hey, I have a question.
Yeah, that's him.
If the Futaba protagonist got married, they dab at their wedding," and I was like, "Yeah." And then, I'm dabbing at their wedding. It was so cool.
That's amazing.
He just messaged me this random stuff, and I'm like, you know what he does it. I don't think he's done it super recently, but like, yeah, it's freaking awesome.
We love you, Arc.
That he drew based off of a picture, like an actual picture of me, and he'll be like, "Sorry," and I'm like, "Nothing to be sorry for. This is the best thing ever."
Futaba playing
Oh, is that
Fortnite.
the one with the mustache?
Wait, there were no. Yes, that, but a lot of others.
Or what would we do without our sweet Arc?
I hope I get to meet
He's saying, "Let me get it." He's gonna share it in the chat.
Oh god.
He actually he was at
There it is.
He had the Persona user interface.
I know, I didn't get.
Just have the cardboard signs.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I know. I've seen pictures of it, but I haven't actually met him.
That's the goal for this year. So this is from Bun Boy YT. Said, "What's your favorite thing about Futaba's personality?"
Peaks Valleys. I love how she can just turn on a dime. That's what I love about her.
Cool. This one is from Classy Spartan. It says, if Futaba could interact with any of your other characters, which one do you think would be the most interesting for her to meet, and why?
I feel like Futaba would be very weirded out by Barbie.
Yeah, probably.
I could see that.
Maybe Zoe from League of Legends. They'd be friends, I think.
I could see that.
There was
The
a lot
hacker
of
skin
that.
and everything. Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
surprised there hasn't been Zoe and Futaba fan art. I
Yeah.
think that would have came almost instantly when Zoe was announced.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. People were
Hey, Arc.
comparing them right away.
Art's
Yeah.
gonna have just a major art backlog because of us.
Yeah.
When the
I could
inspiration just comes to you.
take some of it off.
Yeah.
Shoulders. I'll do some of it.
We'll just split it in three.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
probably have to re-listen to this to like remember what we're doing and stuff. But yeah.
Okay. Let me see, because we've got more coming in. I'm also looking at the sheet Jacob's put up. This one's from LuckX or Lux. What is your reaction about seeing so much love from the fans to a character that you voiced?
Oh my gosh, it has been insane. I love the Persona fandom. I think you guys are so cool and super chill. I was just telling them actually before we went on live that like the Persona fandom and the Tales fandom and the Fire Emblem fandom, you guys are just the chillest dudes, and I love you all. You're great.
Sorry, just reading a couple of questions that just came in on the thing, and I'm trying not to.
All two of us.
Okay, let's see. Get through. We have a question from Cleo asking, what are some of your favorite video games?
When I was younger, it was let me see here, Sims, Pokemon Yellow was my first Pokemon I ever played. What was it? Sid Meier's Pirates, Zoo Tycoon. I took a few years off, and then I ended up. I started playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 because my brother had an Xbox, and then 2 through Revelations are some of my favorite games, which I actually recently got. I actually, for the last year, have been working on Far Cry 5, which is some of the same people who worked on the original Assassin's Creed are on that game, and I was very, very excited and honored to work with them on anything. BioShock, that's another one of my favorites. And then I played some Borderlands, and then I kind of siphoned off a little bit when I hit college, and then about a year and a half ago, I picked up my PS4 and Overwatch, and the rest is history. I started playing again.
Nice.
The library.
Yeah, cool, good stuff.
So then I would be up next.
Yes, sir.
All right. This one's from Mag in the chat. Who do you main in Overwatch, and who do you think Futaba would main in Overwatch?
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
I feel like Futaba would main Diva, and then Rat.
Oh, absolutely. Thinking that Riptire Mayhem, she would be in love with that.
Okay,
Yes.
this is from Brave Fantasy, who has not been given the appropriate permission yet, and I can't seem to do it. What is your favorite Futaba voice line and or quote?
I love "Here come the buffs." Yeah, I think that's like my favorite one. I love her little laugh. I can't even do it right now. It's like that is one of my favorites. Yeah, I love that.
Everybody blowing up.
Just
Everyone's.
There it is. Honestly, my favorite thing about Futaba, though, like, I love all of the little quips she makes in the text messaging. Like,
Oh,
she's so funny. She's so good at that.
Jonah is the fleshed out characters, and when I started playing it, I realized I get why they were so meticulous with their casting and stuff. Because if you don't buy into the characters, I mean, you're screwed. You won't like the game. The game will not play. You know, so.
Okay, well.
favorite Futaba text was when she just said, "That's not how I raised you."
Okay, so this one's my own question that I just thought of because no one has brought this up. Monster Hunter World, you voiced the serious handler, if that is.
Indeed, I did, yeah.
Yeah, so this game is obviously super popular around, like, in Japan, but now it's got like 6 million units sold worldwide in a matter of weeks. And what's it like voicing a character in this series? Like, this is like the first time they've ever gone through with like, the whole English speaking, like, you know, English dialogue and everything. So what was that like for you? Like being being a part of that? Yeah.
It was really cool. I'm honestly not super familiar with Monster Hunter. I have a bunch of friends who love Monster Hunter. I'm really glad that they dubbed it, but honestly, it was pretty quick. I did not have a ton of work on that. I think I did 2 sessions on that game. So it was really cool. But yeah, I can't really speak to, I don't know a ton about it. So yeah, but it was cool.
I'm glad. Like, I really wanted to throw one in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna. Well, you're not familiar with Monster Hunter, otherwise I would have asked you what weapon you use if you play it.
I don't know. I'd use a club. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say that'd probably be closer to the hammer then. Yeah, everybody's blowing up with the hammer. Okay, so let's go to an actual fan question here. We have one from. Oh, this is a good one. From PDA Varzani. I don't know if it's supposed to be Da Varzani with a silent P. But there's one thing I'm interested to hear is how do you feel about all the spin-off Persona spin-offs that go from like the anime to the dancing games, crossover between series and the fighting games and whatnot?
I feel awesome about it. Of course. But what if I was like, I hate it? Stop doing it. I think it's awesome. It's super, super cool. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, it always sucks to be in a game where people are like, we hate this game. That's like never fun. So for people to like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, mine would be, which is your favorite Persona, just visually wise?
Oh my gosh. I mean, Arsene. I got rid of him really early, but I think as far as design goes, I love Arsene.
The big hat and the blue flames and the giant wings.
And also, I feel like people often forget like his boots, like the stiletto are knives.
Date Arsene. Arsene is actually best boy.
Everybody's putting in their opinions.
Yeah, about who the best Persona is.
Persona waifu wars.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
My favorite is Ishtar. Ishtar's always been my favorite
Are we
Persona.
gonna start reading ours off? Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, Black Frost, guys. Yeah, it's always
Black Frost. Yeah, of course.
Nope, it's Mara. Clearly. Yeah.
Mara's everyone's favorite. I think it's completely unfair to even put him in.
I don't know why Jack Frost is still the mascot for Atlas. They need to make it Mara. But
Oh, ew! I just Googled what that was.
Oh my god. You heard it here, folks. You witnessed it live.
Oh no. You were a part of history, everyone. I'm glad we bring this to you.
I'm gonna say
Please spam not Arsene fan art, please.
I want to say for me, in terms of favorite personas, the Jack brothers have always been like my favorites, mainly, especially because in Persona 3 they had the team up attack.
Yes.
Which was them doing the really bad stand up and then the enemies just like going into despair because of how bad the joke was. So
yes.
So I've always been a really big fan of Jack Bros. But in terms of like party personas, I kind of want to say Koromaru's version of Cerberus, because it's like the most. I mean, you know, a lot of people get confused about like the whole lion Cerberus most of the time. So that as like the more traditional Cerberus, and also just like the difference between Koromaru's like angel wings and Cerberus having the demon wings on the same spot. That's always been like really cool to me. So that's Koromaru's best boy. Yeah, he's good boy. Anyway, I say.
I'm totally going to do a cop-out, and mine's one of the DLC personas of Asterius, Labrys's persona from Arena, just because it's a giant bull that comes out of nowhere and has big hands that will punch everything.
That's pretty cool.
There's a reason why they make you pay for it. It's worth it. Alright, so Blake, I guess you can pick from the litter next?
Oh, okay, my turn. Cool. This one is from, let's see here, Pugnacious Hacker, I think is how you say that. As a voice artist, what message would you like to say through your work? And they also say thank you, all of your work.
What message would I want to convey? I don't know if that, like, I can necessarily answer that, because I mean, what I'm conveying is, well, as a human being, I would like to convey just like positivity. There's a lot of negativity in the world, so if my stuff can give somebody good feels, good vibes, and maybe brighten their day a little bit, I think that's great. And that would be what I would want to convey, is just positivity. Oh, sorry.
Oh my god. What was that?
I just was Googling it. Someone tagged me in this. I'm in DC Girls, which is a WB animated show. And my character, I'm Mara from like Aquaman's girly friendo.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, sorry. I'm very ADD, you guys. If you learn one thing about me, I'm very...
I know that feeling.
Yeah, okay, so here's one from Nearville again. Lucky them. What has your most memorable single experience... Okay, this is written really weirdly. Alright, so like your most memorable experience recording roles and or lines.
Really hard.
Yeah.
I would say whenever I've really, I think I was meant to be an actor. It's almost like I crave the emotion. Like I have to feel those emotions to survive, or I'll just explode. So I think the ones where, like with Your Lie in April, or certain scenes in Persona 5, or whenever things get really heavy and I actually have to like dig deep down and make those things real for myself, it feels kind of cathartic. I'm a masochist, is what I'm telling you, essentially. Yeah, like that stuff is always very memorable for me.
Okay, here's one from Santi Naoki. They're asking, how did it feel reading Futaba's, obviously avoiding spoilers, but how did it feel reading Futaba's backstory for the first time? Did you get emotional while recording any of her main parts for it?
Of course I did. I mean, oh God, I can't great, because I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, I mean, that's really all I can say. Of course, when they started describing to me her character, and then they got into the really deep stuff about sort of what the crux of her character is and what her damage is, in the beginning of the story, and really explaining why she is the way she is, it hit me really hard. I think I realized I had something really special. I just had a very special opportunity, because the thing is, like, characters don't come up that often. Like, that's something too, is characters that are so freaking awesome, like a Magilu or a Futaba or like a Kaori from Your Lie in April, like, on that often, and their stuff is really heavy and it's fun, and it just feels like it's like heavyweight acting work, and I was lucky enough to be with teams of people who really cared and wanted it to be good and took the time, and cherish that about those characters.
Okay.
Thank you. I got this one from the great Seiya Man, who says, what's your favorite part of Futaba's design?
I love her jacket, and I loved her little headphones.
I wish they still sold those.
I think they do. You just gotta pay an arm and a leg.
Yeah, it's like what, $600-700 for?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're quite pricey. Hopefully they may have good sound though.
I do plan on buying all of her figurines, though.
Oh yeah, that glowing statue. That's
The one that's coming out. Yeah.
yeah. It's hard for me not to get it.
So, this question is actually from a friend of mine who joined this Discord server because I don't know why, because he's just bored, I guess. His name is Wayne. He lives in China right now. He's teaching at a university there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and he says he wants to know, can you type with your arms crossed like Futaba does in the intro?
Can I what with my arms crossed? Sorry?
Can you type with your arms crossed like Futaba does in the intro?
Absolutely not. No. I will find you. No, I can't do that. Jeez, that's crazy talk.
I really can't wait to show that little bit of the recording to him, because he's gonna laugh like crazy. I will find you. That's wonderful, because that is exactly the way literally everyone talks to him.
Okay. This one's from Wolf Roar. Do you think Futaba would be a good offensive team member if she wasn't support?
I think she'd be good at anything she put her mind to.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Futaba for tank.
Yeah. That's why I feel like she made Diva, because she'd want to sit inside the mech. She'd feel the most comfortable there.
That's true. That's a good point.
Like a little cocoon.
Yeah.
Oh, this is actually a good one too. We have Bumboy YT getting another question in here. What is your favorite video game soundtrack?
Well, I do own the entire Persona 5 soundtrack. But I love BioShock and I love Assassin's Creed. Specifically Assassin's Creed 2. And a bunch of other stuff. Desmond Miles, I love those tracks.
Cool.
Yeah, I can't even argue there. There's really amazing tracks. So I had one more from Nirval. It says, what kind of person do you see the Persona 5 protagonist as?
What kind of person?
Yeah.
Oh. Super chill, like the chillest dude. He's like who I feel like this is actually goes into something that I thought the second I started playing the game was I was like, this is escapism at its finest. I mean, protagonist, a person that we can impress ourselves onto because that's supposed to be us. So he is me, is what I'm saying, and he is you, and he is all of us, essentially.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go through one more set of questions, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. So if you have any that you would like to throw in at the last minute, please type them up quickly. But this one, I'm really glad about this because, and this was something that Josh and I talked about the other day. He didn't realize that I am the Fire Emblem fan that I am. So this question about echoes. This comes from Church, and it says, how did it feel to voice someone like Silica? Because you seem to be a fun and lively person, while Silica is much more calm, not the kind to crack a lot of jokes. Was it a bit harder voicing a character like that? Also, they say, nice job with her and Mordred. You were great.
Oh my goodness, thanks. I mean, you just got to put yourself. It really, what it is. Wow, I'm just very tongue-tied right now. I understand her. I understand her psychology, and that's really all that matters. It doesn't matter if she's like me or not. What matters is my understanding of that character's psychology or that character archetype's psychology. So yeah, I mean, I had to keep her within certain limits because my instinct is more like a Magilu-esque instinct where I want to be really sassy and sarcastic all the time. And Celica is very much not like that. But also it makes the moments when she is sassy so much funnier. Mm-hmm. And also the moments where she really a lot stronger. So, you know, it's a trade-off.
Okay. That's cool.
Also, just for the record, I think my favorite thing about Echoes, though, to be really honest, is the cartridge with the cute little sprites on it. I think that's so adorable.
Yeah.
I love it so much. I'm sorry. That's just my comment about it.
The reverse cover that makes it look like the original game. Love
yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go with this one from. Ooh, hold on. Frey's typing something. I saw that. I'm hanging. There we go. From Frey. Since you sing, do you think Futaba can sing very well? And what do you think is her favorite genre?
She would be EDM for sure. Really timid, but she could learn to sing very well.
Okay.
Anything she puts her mind to.
Anything she puts her mind.
Do you think she'd like run around like singing dubstep or something?
Just making the noise.
Trying to
Dubstep.
Dubstep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dubstep,
I can see
beatboxing,
that.
Anything she wants.
Okay, let's see. Still so many coming in still. This is a tough one. There's like a couple of these I really want to ask, but I mean, I guess we might have time to go through a couple more real quick ones that are like easier to answer afterwards.
Yeah, not jumping.
But let's see. There's one I want to ask, but it might be hard for you to answer because it might be something that Atlas wouldn't want you to talk about. But I mean, I guess you don't have to actually say what they are. Okay, I'll just say this one anyway. It's from Chi Omega, and they're asking, are there any Futaba voice lines that were cut or not used in Persona 5? And so basically, like, is there any lines that you...
I'm sure there were, but I would not know.
Okay.
There's no... I mean, I recorded, like, for months and months and months on that game, so there's no way that I would know.
Only hardcore nerds know the answer to that one. I have this one from Raynor1337. Would you ever cosplay Futaba at a con?
You know, I don't think so. But I did do one little mini cosplay picture one night. Like, I put on the wig and everything. I don't think I would cosplay her just because now that I'm, doing the voiceover thing, I don't cosplay as much. I mean, it's not. What I would do before cosplaying at a con is I do a photo shoot as Futaba.
Alright, thank you.
So cosplay is hard, man. Cosplay, like walking around, it's just hard. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure some of you have cosplayed, and it's not all.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that was my
no.
piece. I cosplayed a character that had headphones on all the time, and I couldn't find like the right brand, so I just got a pair of noise cancels, like just basic. I didn't know how good they worked because there were a lot of people trying to stop me for a picture, and I could not hear them for the life of me.
Oh my gosh.
I
No.
felt so embarrassed.
Massive pair of Sennheiser noise canceling headphones, and I am obsessed with them. I wear them like when I'm traveling, I just put them on, and I'll just turn them on and not even put music on, and it dulls the outside world. It's so nice.
Oh, nice endorsement. I'll look them up. So do you guys want to do one last round?
I mean, we're getting heaps now. So,
Yeah, so I think it would be if we just do like ones that are like not like crazy in depth, maybe just to like we could do like some simple ones if we see any.
Okay, cool. So this one is one that was just posted, and it was, what class would Futaba be if she found herself in Fire Emblem?
What class? Y'all, I barely played Fire Emblem. What are the class?
Like, I guess, what, Lance, Axe, Archer, Mage, Horseback.
I feel like is Celica? Who was Celica mage?
Yes. Well, partially Mage, and she also is a swordswoman.
Yeah, okay, so she's a hybrid. I would say that she would be a mage.
I could see that.
I can't
big
see her like
glasses.
trying to fight with an axe.
I can't see her picking up an axe. I can see her trying really hard to lift it, but then...
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go with this one from Ryuji. Do you think Futaba has an entire folder of memes on her phone?
Do you think that she'd have a bunch of memes on her phone?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She's a meme lord. We've already established this. I'm also a meme lord, like, as a human being. So, yes, I will answer for her, yes.
Okay. Let's see. We have one from I'm going to say Nuke, N-U-C. In your opinion, what is Futaba's cutest / best outfit? Out of, like, the DLC outfits and stuff.
Oh, I don't think I've seen all of them, you guys.
Oh, should we get her a list of them real quick so she could look through them while we're going on to the next question?
I'm a DLC outfit. I don't know what's real and what's not. Wait, what's Elf one real?
Yes, that's
Yes,
her
it is.
Christmas outfit.
That's my favorite one. I love it.
Yeah. Mine too,
Bloody glue in the gnashed
actually.
teeth. It is adorable. The most adorable thing that will ever have blood on it. I guess, yeah, I'll ask the last question. Will be an easy one from Igus. What does Futaba think about robot girls?
Robot girls?
Yeah.
She loves them. Of course.
Oh, yeah, robot girl.
Robot girls are great. I think Futaba would befriend anything. I really do.
Yeah, I could see her being like trying to be best friends with Igus, honestly.
Absolutely.
I think she would, well, also because she would just be so interested in the tech, I think, too. Like, oh my god, this person, how do you function?
One of my favorite parts is when Yusuke like rearranges her little action figures, and she's like, "What have you done to my children?" It's my favorite thing.
Yes.
When we did that, I was like, Atlas has its finger on the pulse of like what is relevant now. I was just like,
Literally the Ginyu Force.
Well, okay, folks. I think we're going to call it. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Erica, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with this massive slew of meme lords.
oh yeah, totally.
Real quick, I'm going to plug your Twitter so everyone can go and follow you if they don't already. So there it is in Cafe LeBlanc. If you don't follow Erica Lindbeck on Twitter, go do it. She tweets about Persona 5 pretty regularly. So
Right now. I just can't keep it all to myself. I love it. It's a great game. I don't know if you guys know this. It's a great game.
yeah. So do you have anything you want to promote, like where people can follow you, keep in touch with you, like anything upcoming that you want us to be following with your career or anything like that?
Well, we're gonna me and some buddies are gonna live tweet the last 7 episodes of Fate Apocrypha tomorrow night. Well, live tweet. We're gonna tweet as we're watching it. I don't really think so. I mean, Twitter is your best bet if you have questions or anything like that. Pretty much it.
Cool. Okay. Well, everybody, once again, say thank you to our special guest for our 3rd anniversary special.
Thank you,
crazy.
And I'm so sorry. I'm so ADD, you guys. Like, it's so hard for me to focus on one thing. And like, my cats are sitting in front of me, and my friends here, and I'm staring at all these pictures and stuff. So I hope I was coherent in at least 5 minutes of that interview.
Oh, yeah, this was incredible.
Coherent.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
this was a lot of fun. So, for those of you that are new and don't know how we started, it was a little over 3 years ago, about 3 years ago, actually. A little over 3 years, because Josh and I 3-year friendiversary on Facebook. We were on Skype, the relic that it is. And it was Persona Super Live, and a few of us were just commenting on it as it was happening, and a few people that were in the massive group chat were just like, you guys should do a podcast. And then a few days later, or a few weeks later, some mutual friends started putting us all together, and that's sort of how it all started. So it's been 3 years, and in that span, Persona 5 finally came out. We didn't think it was going to happen, but it did, guys. We made it. The dream is real. And
Winter 2014 happened.
Yep. Yep. And I literally remember having my strapped into the front seat of my car, and I was petting it as I was driving home from GameStop. So, I mean, we've all been there.
Taking care of your child.
Absolutely. What have you done to my children? But anyway, so follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. Keep up with us in case we are able to wrangle another P5 member of the cast member in the near future. We're going to be trying to do a lot more stuff for this year.
Who should we
guys.
steal next?
Oh, yeah.
Who's hot? Do we steal
You
next?
guys start yelling at us who we should train
Yeah.
for.
Tell us who you
Access
want.
Robbie, we got Xander, we got Max, everyone.
So you want everybody is what you're saying. We'll work on it.
Yeah. Totally. Get everyone. I feel like Xander Mobus would totally do it. He would love to. So I would go for him.
All right.
Cool.
You've been publicly
All right,
called
yeah,
out,
well-
Xander.
Yeah, we
Here's
will.
your calling card, Xander. They're coming to steal your heart.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. And we almost made it all the way through the post-Valentine's Day show without one steal your heart joke. Couldn't quite. Wah, wah. Anyway, okay, so thanks a lot, guys. Programming note, this will be up online for you to listen back at later.
SoundCloud and YouTube. YouTube's going to take a little longer.
Curse. You have to edit out my curse.
Do we really?
Can we bleep it?
Yes, we'll bleep it. Josh, bleep it. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I will.
Okay, cool.
If you can find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little.
Well, I mean,
You know what?
little
You know what though?
challenging
It's gonna be worth it. That's it. We've
Yeah.
had all these lovely people. We've got Erica. We've got everyone here. It's I'm gonna smash this out. So,
So we're gonna put that up online for you guys to listen at again later. Of course, follow our Facebook and Twitter for updates. And so for everyone here at Mayonaka Network, and of course, once again, finally, Erica, thanks so much for joining us here tonight. We will talk to you guys later. Have fun in the Discord chat, everybody. So this is Mayonaka Network 3rd anniversary special signing off.
thank you.
Right.
Much. Mwah, mwah, mwah.